Today, we're going over the 3 things that you need to be doing in order to convert your hard-earned leads into paying happy clients. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, the #1 space for new photographers, entrepreneurs, and online content creators. For those of you who are new here, my name is Maria with Maria Thill Photography. I'm a professional photographer and videographer based in, wait for it, Austin, Texas. Yes, so many of you have been asking me if I moved. The answer is yes, we moved last week from Maui to Austin. So if you're interested in hearing all about our move from Maui to Texas, stay till the end of this video and find out just exactly how I traveled across the ocean with 2 cats and 4 bags. Yes, it was an experience to say the least. Anyway, let's dive right in. So I feel like the most common question that I get regarding sales is when people ask me, what is your nurturing sequence on how to take somebody who's a stranger, who's just inquired, all the way through to them booking you. And there's 3 main things that I do that really help people get comfortable with me and feel okay with putting a 50% deposit down to reserve their date. The first thing that I do when somebody inquires is I send them over to my Calendly page, which is where they schedule a Zoom call with me. And this page links directly to my Google Calendar, so there's typically no conflicts with booking their wedding planning session and my personal life. So in the booking process of scheduling their call, I ask them kind of a bunch of questions like, do you have your venue picked out yet? What's your date? Yada, yada, yada. All the details that I need to know before the call so I can research, look at the venue, have a good idea of guest count, and all the different things. It is a video call. I love to get to know you face to face so that we can see each other and just get a good vibe for each other to see if this is going to be a good match, because I want them to understand that sure, they're interviewing me, but I'm also interviewing them. So the #1 tip that I could give you for converting your leads into happy clients is that you need to build rapport with them. And part of this is really listening to them and understanding what their needs are. So the first thing that I like to do, and this is really helpful over Zoom, especially because I do a lot of destination stuff, typically I don't get to meet my couples beforehand. So on the video call and making sure that I'm matching their physical body language. So if somebody's sitting like this, I will then kind of, gently sit like this. If somebody's more engaged, I'll be a little bit more engaged. And I want to make sure that I'm listening to their tone, their fluctuations in their usage of words, as well as their pace. So these things come in really handy when you start to understand the psychology behind mirroring and why people want to book with people who are more like them. After we've established building rapport by mirroring, I like to ask lots and lots of qualifying questions. And I kind of warn them in the beginning. I'm like, okay, I just want to let you know, I'm going to ask you a ton of questions today. You're going to hear me clicking because I like to take notes just to make sure that I remember in the future. But just be prepared that I have lots of questions for you guys. And they're typically totally okay with that. The first question that I like to ask is, what is the most important thing as far as documenting your special day goes? And this varies from couple to couple, but I've heard things from the getting ready process to making sure that mom and dad of the groom get their own 20-minute session in between family formal photos. Like, there's lots of different things that you're going to get with this question. The second question that I like to ask them is, given the state of the world right now, what is your plan B if your first date doesn't necessarily happen and we have to reschedule for a second date? And this is a great segue for me to then talk about what my rescheduling policy is, my cancellation policy. This has been something where I have been extremely transparent with all of my couples from the day that all of this hit. I sent out a big email just telling them, you're not ever going to lose your deposit with me. It will act as a gift card towards your new date. Don't worry about rescheduling. We'll make it work. And everybody has been so receptive and thankful for that. And then I also like to ask, are you guys looking at other photographers? How about videographers? And then that's a great segue for me to ask them, have you considered hybrid coverage, which is something that I do specialize in. So my third point is I love to provide lots of information, valuable information to my couples. And I think that being transparent and informative is so valuable to everybody. For example, I get inquiries for Kauai all the time. And as you guys know, I just moved to Austin, but I am still doing bookings in Maui. And yes, Hawaii is closed right now, but 2021, I have a ton of reschedules. So I will be back and forth all over the US in 2021. So I get inquiries for Kauai, and the only way that I will go to a different island other than Maui is it has to be over 6 hours. So when I get inquiries for 1 hour elopements in like Kauai or Big Island, I have lots of friends over there that I just pass along their information. I let them know, I really wish that this was a good fit, but I just don't feel like I can serve you in the way that you need. Let me send you a couple recommendations of my friends who I think may be an amazing fit for you, and we'll stay connected through this process so that if you have any other questions, you can reach out and let me know. And they always see that as, wow, we're so impressed that she didn't just try and sell us even though it wasn't a good fit. If you're feeling a little questionable about what the heck do I even say on these Zoom calls, and maybe you're a little intimidated by speaking to people over video, I have created a Zoom script just for you guys so you can use it as a guide in your next sales call and close those leads. Which brings me to my last point. You need to be confident in your closing abilities, which means you need to be confident in your products and yourself. When I was first starting in sales, I used to write down all the objectives that I would hear all the time, like, oh, I don't have enough money, or we don't have X, Y, and Z yet, or mom's paying for whatever. I've heard it all. I used to write down these objectives, and then I would practice responding to them in the mirror. And I know it sounds silly, but this was so helpful. And now when I get the objectives of we can't afford that, my counter is, okay, so let's talk about your budget. What can you afford? Maybe we can make this work. Oftentimes, I find that being open and willing to work with people helps me nurture them even further to closing the sale on the call, which is the goal, right? So if you guys feel like you need a little extra help on your sales calls and you want that script, I'm putting the link down below. It's $37. And right now, if you buy the script, I'm bundling it all together with my Book More 2020 toolkit, and there are so many amazing things in there, like 5 ways to make money as a photographer in 2020, along with my YouTube essential checklist. There's so much stuff. So click the link down below. It will take you to the Book More toolkit with the script in it, and I promise you, you will love it. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified every single week when I make a new video. Now, let's go into life updates really quick. So yes, we moved from Maui to Austin. We took the cats with us. It was an entire ordeal. We did an overnight in San Diego, and OMG, I am a cat expert at this point. If you guys want me to make a video all about how to travel with cats, let me know in the comments below. I will make one dedicated just to that, because there's like so much information that you need to know about the airlines and TSA and the bags, and like I could just go on for days. So we are settled here in Austin. This will be my new base, and when Hawaii opens back up, that's when I'll start rescheduling all of my Hawaii elopements and weddings. Until then, I'm doing mainland elopements / destination elopements on the mainland. Eventually, I'll go back to doing international and start making moves towards all my goals that I had set for 2020. But for right now, we are just doing Austin, Colorado, Oregon, California, and am I missing anything else? Utah. I think that's it for now. If you're interested in doing a destination elopement on a location that I didn't mention, I do still offer services, but my link to my Calendly is down below. So make sure to check that out. We'll schedule a Zoom call and get you on the books for your destination wedding. Yay! Yeah, that's kind of it, you guys. Maui will always be home for me. My parents are still there, so I'm going back and forth all the time. But for now, I just felt like moving to Texas, saving some money, and actually getting back to work was really important for me, which is why I'm here. So if y'all are thinking about making a move to Texas and have some questions, let me know down below. I'd love to help you out. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye.